This is a short video about the Todd Quick restoration located in Alum Rock Park. Alum Rock Park is located in the Bay Area on the east side of San Jose. The restoration is located at the top of the Todd Quick Trail next to the entrance to Sierra Vista Open Space Preserve. The weeds that are a problem here were mustard, poison hemlock, and milk thistle. We started clearing weeds here in 2013, and at the time we were pulling weeds by hand. Later, we were allowed to use weed whackers, and that sped up the process immensely. Some of the weeds had stems with a 1-inch diameter, so they are really hard to pull. They were also impossible to cut down with a string on the weed whacker. We use plastic blades that work pretty well and mitigate fire risk. Because of the size of the restoration, the overgrown state of the area, and the thickness of the weeds, we ended up with a huge weed pile, about 60 foot by 60 foot by 8 foot tall. We called this the weed pile that can be seen from space because it showed up so well on Google Earth. In 2016, we worked with a troop of Eagle Scouts to build a fence along the top part of the trail, and you can see that fence in the next few slides. In December of 2016, we started planting seeds that we had gathered from the park. You can see a few of the flags in this slide, and now in the next slide you see a lot more flags. These flags are where we planted the seed, and this helped us distinguish weeds from native plants. It's sometimes difficult to ID the plants, and we use volunteers that are not experts. By 2018, you can see large numbers of flowers and perennials that have grown up from seeds. It's great to see the progress. Also by 2018, much of the big weed pile had composted down and was now only a foot or two high. We gathered the material together and made a much smaller pile, which left room for new plantings and fertile ground as well. The tree on the right side of the pile, an elderberry, was limbed up by deer that have browsed the tree. By May of 2019, the elderberry, you can see how much the tree had grown. You can also see sagebrush and coyote brush around the tree. By July, you can see Jimson weed growing as well. In the next slide, you see about 12 tree tubes where we planted blue oak acorns in November of 2018. By July of 2019, those blue oaks are now about 4 inches tall. The next slide is from 2015, and this is how the area looked after cutting down all the weeds. Aside from the trees, we found no native flora. The weeds at 8 foot tall had just blocked out the light and outcompeted the natives. And we still get new weeds coming up every year from the seed bank. This slide is late enough in the year that they don't show. We've tried to cut down all the weeds before they could produce seed, though we're not always successful. And we also hand pull perennials that would grow back every year otherwise. In this next slide, July 2019, you can see many perennial shrubs, all native. Among the plants that are growing here are elderberry, sagebrush, blue witch, golden bush, wiry snapdragon, farewell to spring, turkey mullein, California buckwheat, California poppy, soap lily, smooth western morning glory, yarrow, California fuchsia, California bee plant, kitey brush, and shrubby ragwort. If you live in the area and if you'd like to volunteer, we'd love to hear from you. If you're a high school student that needs volunteer hours, we can arrange that too. And if you'd like to learn more about native plants of our area and some weed control strategies, come check us out. You can contact us through the Yahoo group, whose link is down below. Hope to hear from you. Bye.